Again, I don't know how much of this is true, but I mean, it's fun to think about.
Yeah, I mean, probably all of it's true.
I mean, it's fun to think about.
Close out that.
Nuclear weapons. I mean, in the Nevada test site, Area 12, Area 23. And they all said to me, you've got...
All right, here we go. Sorry. All right, Anna, set up what we're doing here, please.
Set it up again.
Yeah.
This is Annie Jacobson. She's a journalist. She does great work. And she's talking about, I think, Area 51 and the spacecrafts that they found. She's kind of explaining how and why they got there.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Hi, Joe. Love that guy.
A little shiny.
Known him since, God, I think I've known him since what? 08, Lummy?
Yeah.
07?
Yeah, 07, 08.
And for a guy that ended up as such a silly character on a TV show, and now he is literally an international superstar, an icon, and really important on swaying public thought.
You know what he is? You know what he is?
A stud.
He is. He's
goddamn hero.
My inspiration.
He is a pop culture and a rudder. He's
a rudder. I understand.
He's a rudder.
He can steer it.
That can steer about anything.
Shock jock stuff.
No, beyond that.
No.
It's beyond that.
Yeah.
Beyond that, Rhett.
No, this is way beyond that.
No,
This is
you're
bigger.
right.
This is shocking.
You didn't get what Rob was doing there?
But very intellectual.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, they didn't.
Okay.
It's all right.
Even Lummy got it.
I got it. It was a reference that he made of me.
I don't think Dr. Dan got it.
I got it.
No, Dan didn't get it.
I did
It's
get
on your
it.
budget.
It
All
just
right,
took a
back to the
second.
aliens.
Dan, you didn't get it, Dan. Let's just be honest.
It's shock jock stuff.
Yeah,
Let's just admit when you're wrong,
Bubba's
Dan.
a good guy.
Okay.
Admit when
Bubba's a
you're
good guy.
It's shock jock stuff.
Yeah, exactly. He's like Bubba the Love Sponge.
I like Bubba.
I got nothing against Bubba. It's a hilarious name.
Bubba's a good guy.
Yeah.
It's definitely my favorite sounder.
I get it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
The desired outcome. I mean, I would love it if aliens were real.
Okay.
But when someone starts talking about disinformation...
I mean, just look what he's done. I met him in 08. He was just promoting a gig, and he was the play-by-play. He was the color commentator for UFC. Really, his stand-up stuff was starting to pop.
He was on Fear Factor.
He was on. Oh yeah, but that's where he's most noted from. As far as his beginnings.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, to now he is one of the most influential rudders of our world. I mean,
And the only one that was really close to him was Russell Brand, and they just took his knees out.
Now there's a lot of other ones that are in that little. First of all, Joe's at the very top. I
think so.
Joe's the top of the feeding chain.
Yep.
Then Taylor Swift.
And yeah, but I'm talking about as far as the media. As far as media and platform, a news and or interview or just information.
Yeah.
Joe's at the very top.
I agree.
And then you might have Tucker, with him getting. I mean, he had Trump on, and he had 300 million views. I mean, that's double the amount of people that watch the Super Bowl. Think about it.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So I mean, there's some big time movers and shakers in this media world, and this guy is at the top of all of it.
Go to like 240.
Every guest wants to be on his show. He can have anybody he wants, and he's one of the last ones that can really pretty much not have to suck corporate D. He can give it to you straight, or as at least down the middle as he can.
And they gave me his name. And we talked for days and hours
He's
about
not bought and paid for.
Nope, he
like
can give it to you
CBS,
face-to-face or
NBC,
from behind,
or
whatever he
everybody
wants.
else.
nuclear weapons. And then in one conversation, he began to cry and told me this story that I was like, what?
Why was he crying?
He was crying because he participated in our version of the human experiments. Because what the Russians do, we do. Look, I've written 5 books about this.
We altered people to make them look like aliens?
According to him, we had a small program in 1951 where we wanted to see how the Russians did what they did, how they made human beings look like this.
So what'd they do? Take prisoners or something? Like what? Who do they alter?
He said they were handicapped children.
Oh, Jesus.
And he told me that he participated in this. So again, I mean, unless you have someone that lost their mind at age 90 and was willing to tell their wife of 60.
And so they're saying they would take like handicapped, deformed kids and blow them over.
They were trying to
here.
recreate what they thought the Russians were doing.
And they would take live. I'm assuming did they kill him before they would put it?
It's honestly been like 4 years since I watched this.
Why would you kill them first? You'd have to surgically alter them, have them heal, and then kill them.
That's what I'm saying.
You have to operate on them, otherwise they just look like a person with a bunch of stitches
I know,
in it.
but listen to me. I know.
Yeah.
You had to operate on them, alter them, let them heal. But then, Dan, what I'm saying is you probably have to kill them because you just can't put them in some space, some rocket that's going to land somewhere in America.
Maybe they just died in the process of
Yeah,
all this.
I mean, if they can send a craft to space with just a chimpanzee in it, then they could send an automated craft over, almost in space into America with Corky in it.
Dan, I'll take it one step further as to the the intel that you could have used. Maybe you don't even. I mean, blowing something over from Russia that lands somewhere here is probably technology that they may or may not have had in the 40s or 50s and when all this stuff went down. But you don't think they could have smuggled somehow, way, shape, or form those dead bodies into America and then come up with something and have a local operative, a local Russian spy that has a farm out, near wherever this is going to be found that, gets some makeshift thing that only has to go up, a few hundred feet before it falls out of the ground. You could do it local. Like you could have boots on the ground spies because you don't have the ability to shoot at 3,000 miles over the sea. You know what I'm saying?
You just dump it off a plane. You just dump it off a plane onto the ground.
Right, you're right.
Let it fall.
They don't have to shoot anywhere. They can just
set it on fire, dump it off the plane, and let it land on the ground in a ball of fire.
Right.
And then you've got, barbecued Corky.
Or don't even set it on fire.
Like,
just let it stay intact until it hits the ground, and then let the Americans try to piece together what the spaceship looked like, right?
Right,
exactly.
exactly.
Don't even leave it on fire. And then they see these deformed, baby-like kids,
big eyes
that have
no
been
ears.
Surgically altered.
Right. Take off their ears, make their eyes really big.
I mean, Dan. I mean, and
implant fish eyes.
I mean, do all kinds of things.
Why not?
Hello.
It's good for a picture.
But can you imagine how mean you got to be as a country to allow that?
Well, I mean, we thought
all slow kids, come over here. We're going to work on you a little bit.
We thought
you could be part of our new space program.
Yeah.
Hello.
You could be the new Space Force.
You tell Corky's mom and dad, hey, listen, I know Corky looks, he's got a big high forehead, and I know he's got Down syndrome, and I know that he, society is going to make fun of him for all of his life. But we're entering into this new space program where we will do some plastic surgery on Corky.
I mean, I think these were more kids in orphanages and stuff that were abandoned by their parents.
I know.
Yeah, but it's so funny that we criticized Hitler for this, and we did it too.
Hold on, turn your kid into the fire station or turn him into Nassau because we need those kind of kids too now.
Yeah, and because the government tells us everything, and everything the government tells us is accurate and is true.
Right, they're so transparent.
They are.
What are you waiting for? Pile on the anti-Bubba bandwagon.
Whatever.
More Bubba the Love Sponge after this.